This demonstration has been provided as part of the Digital Sales webinar series from InterTrade Ireland. If you have not yet watched the webinar on maximising website traffic with SEO, please do so before proceeding to watch this demonstration. Thank you.
So we're going to look at doing some keyword research into a specific topic now. So we're going to assume that we are a dog food manufacturer or a dog food retailer, and we want to boost our online sales, and we want to figure out what the best opportunities are that are available to us. And the three tools that I'm going to talk you through here now are SEMrush, Answer the Public, and Google. SEMrush, you can get a free trial for a period of time. Other than that, it's around $100 per month. Answer the Public gives you a small number of free searches per day, but there is a cost associated with it if you want to use it more intensively. And Google is obviously just a free tool that's available to all of us. So we'll jump into SEMrush here now. And if I hover over on the left-hand side, you'll see here there's a tab called Keyword Magic Tool. And I've already carried out a search for dog food. And it brings me up a lot of dog food related words or phrases. So lists the keyword down the left hand side, gives us an intent, whether it's a commercial intent, a navigational intent, or an informational intent. So it's what they feel that the intent is behind the actual search. More importantly, the average number of searches per month. The KD stands for keyword difficulty. So how competitive and how much work essentially will you have to put in order to rank for that specific word or phrase. And what we're trying to do here really is to understand that dog food market and see if we can find any niches or opportunities. So as I go through it, I see dog food is great. There are 22,000 searches a month, which are loads, but it has a keyword difficulty of 53, which is considered difficult. So it's going to take a fair bit of time, effort, and an intention in order to rank well for that. So let's dismiss that one for now and jump down to these ones here that are listed as green, which SEMrush quantifies as easy. So Teal's Dog Food is a brand, or Dean Grange Dog Food is a brand, Choppy Dog Food is a brand. So lots of different brands in there, which is fine. So maybe if you're a stockist, these may be brands that you want to consider having in your online store. Somewhat interestingly, there's a phrase here, Butcher's Dog Food, which is possibly a brand as well. But one that caught my eye here, which has commercial intent, is grain-free dog food. There are 6,600 searches for it a month, and it is a keyword difficulty of 16. So in theory, much less work associated with ranking for that specific phrase than dog food in general. So grain-free dog food is an interesting area that I'm going to want to explore in a bit more detail. So I'm going to type in grain-free dog food. And it's going to give me a lot more information in and around the grain-free dog food market. So what specifically are people looking for when it comes to grain-free dog food? So Harrington's, I assume, is a brand, grain-free wet dog food, and dry dog food, so different types of it. Best, so that they're looking for, the users maybe not that sure on what the right brand is and they want a bit of guidance on it. There's a couple more brands that are coming in here. Lots more brands, the sizes of grain-free dog food that users are looking for. So 15 kg grain-free dog food, 210 searches for it a month with a high commercial intent. There's a keyword difficulty of 3. So it's not a huge volume of searches, but you know, if it's a phrase that is not very competitive and we can rank for it relatively quickly, we could hope and assume that we'll try and capture a lot of those 210 searches and hopefully convert them into sales. We've also got things here like grain-free hypoallergenic dog food, grain-free salmon dog food, and lots of different variations of it. So what I'm trying to do now is to build up a picture of that market. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start marking the phrases that I deem to be interesting and that I might want to factor into my SEO strategy. So is grain-free dog food good for dogs? We talked about farming, which was interesting, the size, which was great, hyperallergenic, grain-free salmon. And what I'm going to do is add this to a list. I'm going to create a new list for it, and I'm going to call it grain-free dog food. And now basically any time I carry out this exercise and find new words or phrases, I can add them to that list and build out my understanding and portfolio of that market. And it's a great way to delve into what the dog food market is, specific niches behind it, and allow us to quantify what the commercial viability of that word is, and how realistic that one is to rank well for within a reasonable space of time. Another exercise that we want to look at is answer the public. Another tool we want to look at to gain a bit more information is answer the public. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to type in grain-free dog food. We're going to select the geographic market that we want the information on, and we're going to click search. And what answer the public will do is it gives me all the questions, prepositions, comparisons that users type in relation to grain-free dog food. So can is an interesting one. So can grain-free dog food cause diarrhea, seizures, heart problems, itching, constipation, upset stomach? So there's obviously a lot of health-related issues that users are thinking about when it comes to grain-free dog food. And that might be a nice little niche or cluster that you want to build out an authority on, given that we know that these are the questions that users are asking in relation to that specific query. Which is obviously a nice comparison one, why grain-free is good or bad for dogs. There's an endless amount of information here that you can use to arguably populate your content strategy and to build up your authoritative niches within any given area. And the final tool and exercise that we really would look at is just typing into Google our key phrase that we're interested in trying to rank for. In this case, it's grain-free dog food, and having a look at the SERPs and trying to find out what it is they look like and how that might influence our strategy. So for example, we've typed it in here. We can see that there's shopping ads at the very top. We can see that there are two search-based ads. We've got our top ranking organic company, which is Pets at Home. I might want to delve into that site and that page in a bit more detail and try and reverse engineer their strategy. We've got our people also ask box. We'll come back to the answer the public tool. If this box is ranking highly on a search engine results page, it might serve us very well to start understanding what the most popular questions are and try and answer them in an authoritative way. And then we have a list of the companies that are currently ranking well for it and what their SEO titles, their meta descriptions, their URLs are all looking like. And at the bottom of the page, we have refined by brand. And I'd imagine these brands are fairly consistent with the ones that we've seen in SEMrush and would give you an idea of the popular players in that marketplace. And finally, at the bottom, we've got related searches, which are words or phrases which Google deemed to be sort of similar in nature and related obviously to the base phrase. And we can use that to try and once again broaden out our understanding of that specific search market. And once we do this, it forms a really good basis for our overall SEO strategy, how we might structure our site and the content that we want to create.
This demonstration has been provided as part of InterTrade Ireland's Digital Sales Webinar series. For further information on support programs and future webinars, please visit www.intertradeireland.com. Thank you.